Hey my beauties, it's Rochelle aka the Young Venusian, and welcome back to another video. Okay, so this is my first hair tutorial and I'm super excited. In this video, like the title suggests, I'll be showing you how I make my lace frontal wigs using the hand stitching method. So I won't be using a machine, I won't be using glue. This is all gonna be by hand using weave, needle, and thread. I'm super excited. I did film a video like this, but I never uploaded it because I ended up losing the footage and it got messed up, but I'm doing it again and I can't wait for you guys to see this video. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications if you want more hair tutorials, makeup tutorials, cooking videos. I've got astrology videos coming up for you guys. So many great things. It's about to be lit. Definitely make sure you subscribe because you do not want to miss this, honey. Leave me a comment down below. Don't forget to so yeah, without further ado, let's get into this video. Okay, so these are some of the things that you'll need. I just have some dome caps over there. I have some pins and weaving needles, so the curved needles. I have some weaving thread. I have a clip. I'm supposed to have 3 of these, but I can only find 1 at the moment. Maybe throughout this video I'll find the others, but you're gonna need some like sectioning clips for when you're ready to style. In there I just have like, that's where I just keep like a bunch of like hair accessories. I have tweezers and razors for when I'm cutting lace and stuff, and I have a tail comb and a white tooth comb. Okay, so the hair that I'll be using in this video is actually from my very own hair business. It's actually a hair MBC business, so we sell things other than hair. It's called Divinity. Our socials are Divinity Shop and our website is divinityshop.com, but I might be doing a little bit of a name change soon. So if you're watching this video in the future, just go down to the description box. I will be updating what the name is. So but for right now it is divinityshop.com. So head over to Divinity Shop to get your bundles, your I just put the dome cap on the head, so you want it to look like this. So this is the lace frontal. Like I said, it's a 13x4 lace frontal. The lace is cut off because I did use it before, but this is what it's looking like. And yeah, so I'm gonna put this on. Because it was worn before, the sides are cut already, so I'm gonna have to make sure that I lay this up really evenly and stuff so that it will fit the same way that it did before. The stitching here, I'm kind of using this as a guide to guide me, so this will be kind of the middle and then these will be the 2 sides. So I'm kind of using this as a guide, so I lay it straight so I can use it as a guide so that I can line up my frontal the way it needs to be. Okay, so I didn't film this part on camera simply because like it was just getting difficult, but I'll show you guys the rest. So apologies that you didn't get to see me do this, actually like physically do this, but basically all I did was after I pinned it down, I just stitched it straight across the back. And I braided it just to make it a little bit easier. I'm going to zoom in and show you like where I actually stitched and all of that good stuff. Okay, so you can see this, I've just stitched like just plain stitching in and out, in and out, in and out, all along here, coming here. Now because the ears are cut out because this has already been worn, it looks like this, but it will basically stitch and go all the way to the end of the dome cap, and the same with the other side. So you're just gonna stitch straight along the back, just plain in and out stitching. I didn't do any kind of fancy stitching. I don't do any kind of fancy stitching for the lace, so you didn't really miss too much, but yeah, that's what I did. Okay, so you want to start with the longest bundle of hair that you have. So like I said, this is 2018-16, so the longest would be the 20, and that is going to be the first bundle that you start stitching. I'm just gonna start here. Now we have to remember that this part is cut out, so it's kind of going to basically do this, and then this will eventually, when I cut this out, this will eventually all be cut out. So I'm going to start basically right here in line with where the back of the lace frontal is. So I'm starting here. You want to get your pins. This is why it's really important to have pins. I mean, you can do it without pins, but it just helps just so you don't mess it up. Like I said, it's gonna be in line with the lace, and I'm just gonna pin it right here at the bottom, and all the way to exactly the same place on the other side. Now the back is the back of the wig is the part that really needs most of your attention. Well, I mean, it really does. The whole wig needs your attention, but you really need to be very careful with how you stitch this, simply because the band of the dome cap is right here, and underneath this there is a layer of elastic, and what you do not want to do is you do not want to sew straight through the dome cap into the elastic. That is a no-no. That is the biggest mistake you can make in wig making. You want to make sure that you only snatch up this little first layer of the dome cap. You want to really just make sure you only get that, because if you sew through the elastic, the cap will shrink, like, you know how elastic is, so it won't fit the person that you're making the wig for. So starting off, I go underneath the track. You don't want to sew through the track, you just want to go underneath the track like this. I hope you can see my hand and it's focused. And through the top layer, remember not to pick up any of the elastic band, and just come through like that. And gently pull the thread through. You don't want to pull it too hard, because then the knot will come through, because my knot is really small. And what I do to start off, I usually just do like a bit of a back stitch to start off, and then I go into like how I stitch. So this stitching method that I'm about to show you is the most effective I have found. I've tried a couple since I've been making wigs, and this is my favorite by far. So I'm just gonna stitch back and forth, just to secure the end of this track. So I go under the track on the band, pull it through. I take the same side of the thread that I just pulled through, I wrap it around the needle 3 times, and I pull it through. And tighten it to make sure it's secure. You missed that. So I leave about 1 inch in between each stitch. So I'm going under the track, through the top layer of the dome cap, pull the needle through, take that the same side that just came through with the needle, wrap it around 3 times, and pull. I usually hold it just to guide it through, because it might get a bit knotted. So I hold it and then pull to secure it. Okay, so I've just stitched along here and then flipped it and came back up. I don't cut tracks, so you don't want to cut your tracks. Just like if you're doing a weave, don't cut the tracks, because you can always pull this apart and reuse the hair for something else. You don't want to cut your tracks. I never cut my tracks until I reach like the very, very top, and I have to. But other than that, I don't. I just flip it, and I'm gonna show you guys how to do that in a second. Okay, so I'm just taking out the pin. So we've gotten to the end. I'm just gonna put another stitch right here to just make sure it's lining up with the back of the frontal. Like so. Now I'm just gonna flip it so that I'm gonna flip it and bend it like this, and I'm just gonna pin this down so that it's easier for me. So I usually pin it in the middle and pin it at the end. And I do my tracks pretty close together. You guys, I just combed through the hair, and look at that. I swear I have not touched the comb. There's like one little piece of hair, so very, very minimal shedding. Okay, so after I flipped it, I kind of do what I did to start it off, and I kind of just secure it by just going back and forth in the same place. So I don't do my wraparound needle thing. I just go back and forth and stitch it. So I don't know if this is called cross stitching or back stitching. Child, I don't remember, but yeah, I just do it basically in an X or cross way. And now I'm about to start. I do that, I want to say maybe 4 times, and now I'm about to start stitching again with my wraparound method. So wrap around 3 times and pull. I always make sure that the track that I'm stitching isn't that far from the previous track. So I always check to make sure that they're laying pretty close to each other. So I need to bring this down a bit more. Oh, this is some old thread from when I stitched it before. So I need to make sure that this is coming down a bit more, because I don't want to, you don't want there to be a big gap in between your tracks. You need them to lay. Okay, so as you can see, I've completely finished the first bundle. Yeah, I'm gonna start sewing in the 18-inch now. So I've done with the 20. Now I'm gonna start with the 18-inch. Now, I'm gonna start joining the bundles to the frontal. I usually start doing this when I reach like about halfway through the head, and I don't do this with every, you know, single line. So I'm going underneath the track, through the edge of the frontal, through the dome cap, and then pulling it up like this. Okay, so I just finished sewing in the second bundle, so now I'm gonna start on the third and final bundle. As you can see, that's how much hair, that's how much space I have left. Usually I have a little bit less than this. This is a big. Okay, so as you can see, so far I have been stitching the tracks in a C kind of shape, but as we're getting to the apex of the head, you kind of want to start stitching it across, because obviously if you keep on stitching it in a C as you go up, it's not going to lay flat, and also it's not going to lay up with the frontal. So usually I start sewing crossways, and you'll see what I mean by crossways in a sec. Usually I start sewing there when I reach like the apex of the head, so probably like around here, I guess. Yeah, around here. But because I am running out of hair, and yeah, this third bundle, I left half of it. It's a mess. But I left half of it back in England, so yeah, I don't really have much for the third bundle. So I'm gonna do this from now, so that I can just start. I can move a bit closer to the, just so I can finish this hair. Girl, you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I pinned the track to kind of show you what I mean. As you can see, I don't know if you can see the track below it, how it curves, and this one just goes straight across. So now you're going, instead of sewing it in a C shape, you're going to be sewing it straight across, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, till you reach here, till you reach the frontal or the closure. So yeah, there's a bit of a gap in between that track and this track, simply because, like I said, I'm kind of running out of hair, so you girls gonna have to make some like adjustments. I'm gonna have to stitch these like not as close to each other as I was before. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys how I laid this and what I mean by sewing it across. So I'm gonna get to stitching it now. Guys, so the SD card on my camera is full, so I didn't really get to show you how I finished it, but I basically did the same thing all the way to the end, and I have styled this wig. I plucked it a little bit more. Child, I'm a perfectionist, so I'm probably gonna go back and do more, but I've curled it, and this is the finished product. So if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to check the description bar for my social medias. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'll catch you in the next one. Love you guys. Bye.